Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Bunny Cat's Oracle. Great to have you here. Today, I'm going to be doing a mid-January-ish general reading. I apologize for not doing a reading earlier in January. I did have every intention to, but I was a little sick after the holidays, and so I've just needed some time to recover and then catch up with my work, and I just didn't have time to sit down and do your reading. So I'm very sorry. I'm here now, so I guess this reading will be for, the last couple weeks of January. And maybe the first week of February, but I will also be doing your February readings very soon. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on for you. Let's first actually start with a little prayer. It's a non-denominational prayer, just for everyone who clicked on this channel today, on this video. I pray that you are healthy, that you and your loved ones are safe from harm. I pray that you are protected, that you are as happy as you can possibly be in the situation, and that you are making all your best dreams come true. Okay, well, let's get started. So what's in store for Cancer? Oh, seems like a difficult decision. Two of Swords coming up. You know what? I don't really want to take jumpers. Let's just get right into your reading here. For Cancer, please, for my crab gang, what's going on for my lovely little crabs under the sea? I always hear that song in my head when I do your readings, I swear. Okay. For crabs, please, for mid-January-ish, January 16th onward. I feel like we're all getting a little bit of a slow start to the month. Me especially. Excuse me. What's going on for my crab gang, please? For the last couple weeks of January here, what messages do they need to hear? Please, I also want to remind everyone, all these readings are done in the spirit of fun, and that is all. They're not meant to be taken super seriously. I am not here to predict world events whatsoever, but I hope you do find something helpful or entertaining in this reading, and just take what resonates and leave the rest, please. All right, Cancer, I'm going to do a couple more shuffles. What's going on for the crabs? Crabs, please. One more. All right. Let's get started. Do my rainbow spread again. Really liking this spread. It's very general, very detailed. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 5. And 6. Okie dokie, schmoky. Okay. Present energy. We've got the 8 of Cups. Oops, sorry. We have the Prince of Cups. We've got the 4 of Swords. Okay. So I'm getting a sense I'm not the only one having a slow start to the month. Or maybe procrastinating about some things. On the one hand, Prince of Cups here, right in the present energy, does tell me that you are very much in control of your emotions. If you are feeling afraid or going through some drama or dealing with anything heavy, you're definitely not showing it on your face. You're not letting on what you're really feeling. But with the 8 of Cups here, I feel like you may be dealing with some deep emotions nonetheless. The 4 of Swords is a very restful feeling. The 8 of Cups can talk about procrastination. It can talk about overindulgence. It can also be just like you're thinking like you're either fantasizing. It can be fantasizing, or it can be like ruminating about like a bad memory. So I feel like there's a little bit of a procrastinating, maybe kind of a tired, like there's a feeling of needing to kind of pull yourself out of a little bit of a slump, which would be, if you are feeling that way, it would be completely normal. This has been such an intense year already, a crazy start to a new year. Things are really nasty right now in the world. And even without all of that, the first week after the new year is generally the worst time of year anyways, right? We do see higher rates of suicide, depression. It's just a very stressful time of year. And with people overindulging over the holidays, it's like, it wouldn't be that big of a shock if you weren't in the best of moods, right? Or if your mental state wasn't the greatest. But it's okay if you need a little bit more time to rest and recuperate. That's totally fine. But nonetheless, you're appearing to the outside world as being fully in control, fully calm, in a good place. If you aren't feeling great emotionally, you're definitely not letting on. I'll get more on that when I clarify these cards later. But let's see what's in your recent past. We have the Hangman, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Princess of Cups. Well, this is really interesting combination. All water here, tons of water in your reading, all these cups vibes. And the Hanged Man is also associated with Pisces, a fellow water sign. On the one hand, there seems to be a lot of happiness around you, really, really good feelings coming from like home and family, whoever your family is to you, definitely a lot of love around you. I feel you also may have been dealing with a Pisces in some way. We do have Pisces up here that may have figured into your recent past. You may have gotten a message from someone you maybe just didn't hear from for a very, very long time. I'm almost getting the sense of somebody having cut you off or even ghosted you, or just maybe you just didn't speak for a long time, even if, there wasn't that like ghosting vibe. There's this weird symbols on this card here. What is this? I do not know what that is. I think it's like a Hebrew symbol or something. That's one aspect of the tarot I haven't really studied in detail. But anyway, so it feels like maybe some of you just recently reconnected with someone. Could be a lover or could just be a friend, probably a fellow water sign. A lot of water coming through here. But it seems to be for the best, right? Ten of Cups is such a happy card. It's like the happiest card of the deck. So it does feel really positive overall, but there may have been, there may have been some difficult emotions kind of buried deep, or even maybe a difficult conversation that had to be had. I don't know. I'm going to get more on that later. Let's look at your near future. Princess of Swords, Three of Wands, very, very lovely. And Art. Okay, I like this card a lot. I'm going to bring it up close so you can see. This would be like the Temperance card in the Rider-Waite deck. It is called Art in this deck. And it's this idea of combining forces to create something beautiful, right? Fire and water, pain and pleasure, emotion, action, learning from the past, learning from your mistakes, creating a better future from what has come from the past, right? So all some kind of really beautiful themes. There is also a feeling of healing. And another aspect of the Temperance card is moderation too. So some of you maybe needing to, if you've been drinking too much, needing to cut down on the drinking, right? Not needing to quit altogether, but just cut down. A lot of you could be also paying attention to your diet. Again, maybe overindulged over the holidays, maybe wanting to kind of, ease up on the sweets or whatever else it is, So there's a lovely healing energy coming through. And there's also a 3 at the bottom here. So I am feeling a lot of creativity. Some of you could be working on a new creative project, like literally, and making a lot of connections with that. The 3 of Wands says there's a lot of opportunities out there for you. You may be communicating with a lot of people at a distance. So it may be just like over the internet, for example. It could be people on the other side of the world that are checking out your work, or wanting to work with you somehow, communicating with you. The Princess of Swords, I feel this is your energy. If it's not, it could be someone around you that's very curious about you. Could be a lot of people very curious about what you're doing. But I'm getting a sense more that it's coming from you. Like there's a feeling of curiosity, of intelligence, and of wanting to kind of jump right in and show people what you're made of. This card is associated with a little bit of naivety. I guess the light is kind of creating a glare here. Let's see, bring it a little closer. Very beautiful card. The princess in this deck, it's like the equivalent of a page in the Rider-Waite, which can be messengers, but they can also be young people. They're more associated with people in this deck than in the Rider-Waite, where they, can mean like messages. So I feel like it's describing a person that's very intelligent. They have a very unique way of thinking, but they can also be a little naive. There's a feeling of youth or like inexperience, but just wanting to jump right in and show people what you're made of. using your creativity and connecting with a lot of people. So some of you literally could be like launching a new website in the near future, or maybe you have launched that website already, but it's just sort of picking up speed. You're further developing it. A lot of people are seeing what you're doing, and you're not afraid to show them what you're made of. So I really like this energy a lot in your near future. It feels very productive. It feels very creative. It feels very brave. It really is a departure from this restful and perhaps somewhat overindulgent feeling I'm seeing in the present here, right? There's a lot more movement coming in here and a lot more positivity, things really picking up. So I like that a lot. Just do be careful. Careful what you say, careful what you write. I know Mercury retrograde is coming up at the end of the month, I think on the 30th, which can complicate communication and contracts and things like that. So just double check everything, watch your spelling, watch what you say, that it might be interpreted the wrong way. Interpreted. Oh my God. Interpreted. Here was a classic example of a miscommunication right now. People not getting those words out of their mouth properly. What's motivating you this month? This is freaking beautiful. We've got the Queen of Wands and we've got the Ace of Cups. So again, this feeling of creativity, very, very strong creative vibes coming through, but also ambition, like feeling super ambitious with this Queen of Wands. Two more of my favorite favorite cards, especially in this deck. So really wanting to go after those dreams. And it's something very, very close to your heart. It almost feels like your baby, like something very dear to you. Some of you are writing songs or writing a story, and it could be something very personal. Some of you could be actually in the healing arts. Maybe it's about teaching yoga or meditation or something you want to share to the world that feels very creative, very healing, and feeling very ambitious about it. So I love that. I love that. It sounds like you're making the best of a not so great situation, right? So this is beautiful. Okay, let's look at what's hidden, something hidden to you here. We have the Chariot, okay, which is actually your card, Cancer. We have Adjustment, otherwise known as Justice. And we have the Two of Wands, which is known as Dominion in this deck. Okay, so this feels like work, ambition, work, something to do with your work picking up. There may be a sense of karma, something about, like, you may have experienced something kind of not so great in the past, maybe with regard to your work. And it may just be that some people maybe that you dealt with, or maybe that you felt gave you the short end of the stick, are sort of getting, some karma. Like, it also feels like things are kind of going in your favor. Another meaning I'm getting with Dominion at the top here on top of the Chariot, I feel like you are being perceived as a leader in your field. Like, and it's maybe not be something that you're aware of. You may feel like you're still very much in the beginning stages with what you're doing. Like, you're just like, I hope people like it. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to take a deep breath. And I hope they like it, right? But the Dominion card talks about someone who's seen as a leader, who doesn't necessarily think of themselves as a leader, right? And because this line is about what is hidden, what is not known to you, I feel like that could be it. It's like you're being seen as a leader and you're being seen as victorious. And so when you put this thing out there, people are like, oh, great, that's that new thing from Cancer. Okay, they're awesome. I can't wait to check that out. It's almost like it's not your expectation, right? It's not the reaction that you're expecting to have. But people are seeing you as a sort of authority, like as somebody who really does know what they're doing, right? And is on the right path. And I like this a lot. Okay. If you are dealing with a legal matter in some sort of way, I would see this as being like a decision that's made in your favor, like something that would go well. That's not going to be for everyone, but some of you might have some sort of legal thing going on. This would be very positive for your legal thing. You may be worrying about it. I don't think there's any need to worry here if that does apply to you. We have advice. We have the Death card. We have the Fool, the Zero card. We have the Nine of Wands, which is the Strength card. Okay, so the advice here, the Nine of Wands says, don't give up. Keep going. Don't give up. Go after those dreams. You're almost there, right? It's a 9. It's not quite a 10. Do not give up. Embrace change. Embrace the new. With the Zero card, my Fool here, you have a brand new beginning available. You have a clean slate available. So what you are working now, or it may even be a side hustle that you're doing, right? It may be something new that's actually not even related at all to like your day job or whatever it is, but it seems to have absolutely nothing to do with the past. It's like you can kind of just leave it all behind. Don't worry about it. Don't even try to relate it. It's brand new. Just treat it like it's blank slate. Feel free to start over if you need to start over. If you're showing people an aspect of yourself that is completely different than what they've seen before, just embrace it and go for it. You're on the right path. With this transformation card here, right? Like it's like you're coming out of this situation a totally new person than you were before. I'm also getting the sense too, like some of you may be changing something about your appearance or your diet, or going on some sort of health thing, right? Death can be really about shedding your old skin. So some of you could be literally shedding some weight. This is advice. I'm not here to tell you you're fat. I think I said this in Leo's reading too. I think they got kind of the death card here as well. But the tarot is saying, that would be a really good thing, right? Maybe you're trying to eat healthier. Maybe it's about drinking, right? There were a lot of cups here in the middle of your reading. So some of you were just drinking too much and you need to kind of put the bottle down, right? Okie dokie. Wasn't going to sugarcoat that. Let's get some clarifiers. I'm going to use this Lenormand deck to clarify. And so this is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand by Ciro Marchetti. I have been learning to read this deck. It is a very different system than what I'm used to. I'm coming from a tarot background. But I've been really drawn to it this month because it's got these golden edges and this very gilded vibe. It's very old timey, very kind of over the top. And it really does make me think of like an old timey New Year's Eve celebration. And since I was basically bedridden for a week at the start of the month and just had no energy for anything, didn't have COVID, by the way, in case anybody cares, just a standard man cold. But I spent a lot of time trying to get to know this deck, and it was just really fun. I don't know. It was sort of like, it felt like I was having my own little New Year's Eve party in there without actually going to a New Year's Eve party. But hopefully one day when everyone's vaccinated and this COVID thing is kind of under control, I will be able to either host or attend a super old-timey party. I think that'd be really fun. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get some clarifiers. I'm going to just start with the present line here and see what comes up. Ooh, I've got the stars and I've got the child. Okay, so there's a feeling of a new beginning with regards to a dream. So a dream gets a new beginning. So it may be a fresh start. Maybe something even that you tried before and now you're like trying again, in a new way, or it could be a brand new dream. But this is really lovely, really positive. Okie dokie. I've got the key and I've got the stork. There's like a key to changes. I feel you are unlocking changes. This card is also associated with transformation. These storks can bring babies, which would transform your life. Maybe they're bringing you a baby, maybe not. Some of you actually with the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups can be about pregnancy too. I don't like predicting pregnancies in the tarot, but it is what it is. It's just one of the meanings of the cards. It's about creativity, new starts. There's also a child here right in the present. So I mean, I feel like I'd be irresponsible if I didn't at least mention that meaning, but that doesn't mean that it applies to you, right? Your baby can be your work thing that you're doing. I think it is for a lot of you, but some of you might actually be planning to have a baby. This is something that's really going to change your life. It's the key to changes. It's unlocking changes. It's definitely positive. I think if you were having a baby, it would go really well. But I'm also getting the sense here, though, like, forget about the baby thing for a second, if that doesn't apply to you. That something that you're doing creatively with regards to your ambition and that you're sharing with everyone, it is like unlocking a transformation in your life, right? Which, like, again, you've got this death card here and it's saying, like, just embrace it. Like, your new life is going to be nothing like your old life. So just don't worry about it. Don't think about the past. Like, just freaking embrace it because it's going to be awesome. It's all going to be for the best. Let's get some cards over here, sort of. Okay, we've got the birds and we've got the coffin. Okay, this might actually be the end of gossip. It could be the end of nervousness. There There could be some buried nervousness, like a nervous feeling. Maybe I'm going to get another card. Ooh, okay. There's a man here too. Now, it looks like a romantic interest. He's got his shirt open. Look at this guy. Looks a little vain to me. Seems like he's showing off. So something, nervousness, something repressed to do with a man. It may be, it could be gossip ending about a man. It could be the end of gossip about a man. If that applies to you, if some of you were dealing with a lot of gossip around you, and if you are a man or a man in your life that there was a lot of gossip about, that would be ending. Okay, it's kind of like a very specific message. I'm also sort of just getting the feeling of like anxiety that's kind of repressed. It's kind of buried. There's sort of like maybe some buried fears or just like anxiousness. And it seems to have to do with a man in some way, some sort of hottie. Interesting. Okay, so that may or may not apply to all of you. Just take a deep breath if it does. Okay, here we have a mask. We have a bridge. There may be a connection close to you that is wearing a mask. It may also be that you have to wear a mask in order to connect with somebody else. Interesting. Mask connecting. A face connecting. So you may be, again, you may be connecting with somebody that is wearing a mask. They're not really showing you everything. I'm also kind of getting the message of maybe needing to sort of put on a mask in order to connect with people. And by that, I mean like literally like fake it till you make it. So over here, there was a message sort of having to do with like repressed anxiety or buried anxiety, or there may be a man that makes you feel really nervous, or you may be a man. I don't know. There's a feeling of needing to just put on a mask. You know, if you're nervous, just don't show people that you're nervous. And I don't think that you are with the Prince of Cups here. This person does not show people like what they're feeling. They kind of keep a calm exterior. So that might be some advice for you. But also I would have to say, be on the lookout for a man wearing a mask as well. There may be an acquaintance or a lover or something that you're dealing with. One of your connections, possibly, it might not necessarily be romantic, but they may be wearing a mask. These cards are kind of connecting up here. So something maybe on the lookout for, I would have to warn you. Okay, now I have luck, the clover card, luck. Ooh, and I have a card of desire, the snake. Okay, so there's a lucky desire, or you may be desiring luck. I'm getting a sense of like, you may be lucky about something that you desire, or that going after your desires like brings you luck, you know, like once you start and just kind of going for it and just taking a deep breath and just jumping right in, you know, you seem to find some luck along the way. With this card, it's almost like, well, it's not the sun, but it's similar meaning in the sense that when it does appear in your reading, it's like a very lucky omen. It seems to sort of, how would I say, like cancel out any sort of bad, you know, cards. I didn't really get any bad cards in here. I mean, they're mostly very, very positive. I think it's just the sense of like having to kind of get started and just go after what you want, even if you feel like completely insecure about it and like, oh my God. And it just seems like you may find some luck along the way. It's like your luck picks up the more effort you put into something, right? And if you're not feeling confident now, I think you will gain confidence like as you go, okay? And I'm going to put these cards away for now, and I will close out your reading with some oracle cards. What should we use? You know what? Let's grab some animal spirit cards. Why don't we get some more animals on the table? A lot of animals on the table so far. We got snakes, we got storks, we got this big flying bird thing, some sort of swan, chariot. Yeah, very cute little animals. Okay, what do we have for Cancer? My crab gang, please. Oh, okay. All right. Ooh, we have Elefante. Okay, so this card popped out. It landed right on the Ten of Cups, which I don't think that's a coincidence. Ten of Cups, again, like about family and about love and feeling very, very, very happy. And the elephant is big. It's huge. It's one of the biggest animals around. It really is a big force. So I'm getting a sense of like something that you're doing is big. It's going to have a really big and profound effect. I'm also hearing big love, with the Ten of Cups. There's a big love available to you. And it may be, again, somebody maybe that you reconnected with that you hadn't heard from in a long time. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, we got the eagle. Cool. And we got the cheetah. I'm gonna take that. So let's keep those three out here. Okay, this is really, really cool. So the eagle is like this all-seeing creature. It's having like a really good perspective, right? Because the eagle flies really high and it sees a lot of things that other people, don't see. And the cheetah is the fastest creature in the animal kingdom. So I feel you have a unique perspective. You may have a very broad perspective right now. And I feel like you're able to push forward very quickly. I think things will be picking up very, very quickly for you. And something about your keen observational skills is going to be appreciated. It may be something you're saying or how you're saying it, or it may be about how you're presenting yourself or your work that is just, it comes across as very keen, very intelligent. I think people respond to this, but it's very big and it's moving very quickly. So take a deep breath, Cancer, and don't be afraid to go after those dreams and put yourself or put your work out there, because I think it's going to go really, really well. This looks very positive for me. And I hope some of this resonated for you, at least the good stuff, And thank you for joining me here. It's been great having you here on the channel. It's been great being here in my kitchen doing my little readings. I hope to see you again really soon. And until then, take very good care of yourselves. Okay, my friends, take care. Bye.